Okay, so we're going to look at a situation where Sean has taken me down. He's got side control. He has isolated this far arm. So quite often for side control, the main focus of his attacks, if he's going to stay here, is going to be on this arm. Either getting Kimura or straight arm lock. He can flow from one to the next, or from here flowing into Americana. And so I have to anticipate those changes. I can get out of any one of them, but I can walk into the next one, and it gets tighter, it gets hard to get out of that. So from here, as he's working, initially I'll go down. My arm is always safest when it's close to my body. All right, and so as long as he doesn't have an underhook separating my elbow from my ribs, then I can put my hand inside my thigh here if he's going for the Kimura, and I'll put it here, and I'll just kind of lock it in close and keep my elbow close too. But that's not going to solve it permanently. He's going to try to wrench it free. If he gets his arm through, then I'll grab the wrist and thread through and grab your arm. Yeah, once he's got that, now I feel like he's got both arms fighting against my one. And he wants to walk around to north and south. So I'm holding his hip here, I'm moving with him. So he can't make that move. I'm trying to stop him. All right, it's a temporary measure while I get this arm free, but I can't let him go to north and south, because that's when he has even more leverage against this arm to isolate it. So what I'll do is, for one thing, if he does wrench it free, I can bring my knee inside. Sorry about that. I can bring my knee inside his elbow and bicep and kick it free that way. But then immediately I've got to make another move. So he's going to immediately try to grab it again and flow into a straight arm lock against the elbow or Americana. So as we do that, as I broke it free and I turn it, I'm going to throw my legs up and over to turn on my side, like this. You see, it throws my shoulders over. It even brought him off balance. And I yank this elbow into my ribs. At this point, I join my hands together. Okay, this is an alternate direction to escape for people who can't get the 12 o'clock kind of counter from the Americana. This is from the Kimura to straight to the Americana, anywhere in that range. You can turn and throw your hips over, your legs over that is, and it turns your hips, which then turn your shoulders. You'll find that your hips turn first, and then the shoulders kind of throw over to the side. You got to use what's free to move, which is half your body weight from the waist down, your legs. You got to use what you can move to turn the rest of you that's sort of stuck. That's an important quality in jiu-jitsu, in good jiu-jitsu, is this sort of squirmy, kind of serpentine, sometimes flopping and flipping kind of motion. And that gets me on my side, and I can yank this in into here. All right? His immediate follow-up is, of course, going to be this arm. So I've got to keep this elbow close to my ribs and then reverse my direction. All right? Once this shoulder's down, he can't get this arm either, but I'm going to use this with my hands together. I can frame my arms, and I can use this to create space without offering up my arm again. I use this, I move my hips out and rotate under to guard and follow up, arm lock. So from here again, we'll play this through again. He's got side control, he's working for this arm, I put it inside here, I lock it in. I can't get this hand here to break the grip. All right, there's no way to get around to that. That's one of the problems here. His problem is getting my shoulder up so he can flex it all the way behind me. Turn me, like that. He'd like to get that shoulder up. So I keep that shoulder down, and he's gonna try to bring it out. But I can always bring it back into my leg. Higher up on my leg is better, near my hips and groin. Out here, you see my elbow starting to lead my ribs, and he can thread through, and now I just wrench it free. Yeah. See, this is pretty dire. At this point, he's going for that. I can extend straight, and I'll put my hand right here, right into his armpit, and I'll push as I yank my arm in, as I'm turning my hips all at the same time. And if I can join my hands as I do it, all the better. But now he goes for the next arm. And I turn the other direction, get my elbow in, and my shoulder down, and I use this to create space to get my knee in. His probable follow-up is going to be to tap that knee and pass. So that's what my priority is to get this underhook. He keeps going, tap the knee, and I throw him off, and I come up behind him with a single. He might whizzer or he might not, which means I can circle behind him, finish with a sweep double, or come back to the bear hug. So you can see also from the sequence that its success is entirely dependent on thinking ahead. You've got to be able to visualize his next move. Not what he might do, but what he must do. Because we're all constrained by our options. and he's thinking about where that arm is going to be as I stop the Kimura. He goes for the straight arm lock, the Americana. In the meantime, in the mix of that, you can jolt and turn your body this side to get it in, then defend the next arm, and then create space.